Hey everybody, in this video we will be solving a problem called stock buy and sell. Okay, first of all, this is one of the frequently asked questions in coding interviews and also one of my favorite question. So in this question what we have to do, we will be given an array. We have an array here and this array represent the price of stock at particular days. For example, the first day the stock price is 10 and then the price raised to 16 on the second day. On the third day 21, fourth the price is 4, then 30 and then 39. So this is what the array represent. And what we have to do, we have to return the interval in which the profit is maximum. For example, if we buy the stock at the first day, that is the price is 10, and if we sell this one at the price of 21, we got the profit of 11, and this is the maximum profit that we got from our first transaction. So also you can say that what if we buy the stock in 10 and sell at 39, because 39 is the maximum price of stock. So we got the profit of 39 minus 10, that is 29. You can say that we can say sell the stock at 39 because 39 is the highest value of stock. But notice one thing, if we buy the stock at 4, at the price 4, and sell it at this price of 39, we got our profit 39 minus 4, that is 35, which is greater than this one. So this is one of the constraint. So we got our first profit, that is 11 here, and the index or the interval is, this is the index 0 and this is 1 2, index 2. So we have to return 0 and 2 as our answer. Now again, if we buy the stock at the price 4 and sell it at the price of 39, we got our maximum profit again. We got the profit of 35. Now the index is 3, 4 and 5. We have to return 3 and 5. So this is our questions. This is what we have to do. Okay, what we can do, we can use a brute force method. We can buy the stock and sell at each and every day and check for the profit, and we return the maximum profit among them. This is what we can do, and also we will get the correct answer. But one thing to notice, that we are not allowed to sell stocks infinite times. We are only allowed to sell our stock when the profit is maximum. So we just cannot sell and buy the stock infinite times. So our method could be, we are going to use the concept of local minima and local maxima. So first of all, what is local minima and local maxima? Let me write the array 10. This is our array. Now what is local minima and what is local maxima? The pointer is here and the very next element is this 16. If 10 is greater than 16, then 10 is the local maxima. That is 10 is not 10. Let's say if I is greater than I plus 1, then I is local maxima, and if I is less than the very next element, then I is local minima. So here 10 is smaller than the next element, so this is local minima. So this is what local minima and maxima is. Okay, so what is our algorithm? Our algorithm is, we will find local minima and local maxima and store the value in something. Let's say we either use array list or something. We will that see in the code implementation. We have our table here. This is local minima and this is local maxima. Okay, now our first step is find the local minima and the local maxima. So pointer is here. Now the next value is 16 and the current is 10. So we got the local minima 10. Now we will search for the next local maxima. Now pointer is shifted to here. Is 16 greater than 21? Not. So we will again shift the pointer. Is 21 greater than 4? Yes. We got our first local maxima. So 21 is the local maxima. Now pointer is shifted. Is 4 is less than 30? Yes. So we got our next local minima. So 4 is the next local minima. Now pointer is shifted. Here is the pointer. Is 30, now we have to find the local maxima. Is 30 greater than 39? No. So 30 is not local maxima. Now pointer is shifted. So first thing to notice that the last element is always the local maxima. So 39 is the last element. So yes, this is the local maxima. Now we have here. So we got our pairs of local minima and maxima, that is 10 and 21 and 4 and 39. Now what we have to do, so also this is the maximum profit that we will be getting by buying and selling stock. So we have to return the index of both these values. So index is here 0, 10 has the index 0 and 21 has the index 2. So 0 and 2, this is our first interval of days, and 4 has the index 3 and 6, 3 and 5, sorry. So this is the interval of second maximum profit. So this is our answer: 0, 2 and 3 and 5. Okay, so here's the code for our problem. We have created an interval class which will store the bay index and the sell index. So nothing special here. Then we have our method called stock bay and sell. Here we have our n variable which will store the length of the array. If n is 0, then simply return. Now here we have created a variable called count and initialized as 0. So what count will basically do, count will store the number of intervals or the number of pairs of bay and sell index. Now here we have an array list of interval. This array list will store all the intervals, like we have one interval 0 to 2 when we have to bay the stock at 0 and sell at 2. So 0 to 2 is first interval, and then let's say we have to bay the stock at 3 and have to sell at 5. So 3 and 5 is the other interval. So this solution array list will store that interval for us. Okay, so we have created a I variable here, initialized it as 0, and now a while loop while I is less than n minus 1. Okay, because we have to traverse till the end. Okay, we have our here highlighted line of code while I is less than n minus 1 and arr I plus 1 is less than equal to arr I. So this line will basically help us to find out our first local minima. Okay, so everything is fine here while I is n minus 1. Now if you look carefully here, array I plus 1 is less than equal to array I. This code is basically for the maxima, but we have to find the minima here. So what we are doing, as long as we are finding the maxima, we are just traversing. That is, pointer is shifting every time we are finding the maxima. And if we are out of the loop, then that then this is sure that we have found our first local minima. And if we are inside the loop, then we are just finding our maxima, because this is for maxima. Okay, now if I reaches to the end of the loop, that means we reach to the end of the loop and we are only just found all the maximas and we don't found any minima. So in that case we will simply break. Okay, now since we are out of the loop, then there is a proof that we have found our first local minima. Now we have created our interval class here. Then we have incremented the bay by I, that is I plus 1, because we have to store the index. Okay, so I plus 1 will be stored as the bay value. Okay, now again we have a while loop here. This will help us to find the local maxima. Here we have written the code for local minima. We have written the code for local minima because if we are founding local minima every time, then we have to increment. And if we are out of the loop, then there is a proof that we have found our local maxima. Okay, so since we have found our local maxima, we will store that in index also into the cell variable of interval. Okay, so we have found our first pair of bay and cell, and that pair will be stored in the interval array list, and we have stored the our pair in the array list. Then we will increment the count, because count will be incremented because we have found our first pair. So now this, here we have, if count is 0, then no profit, that is there is no such values in the array. Then for, we have for loop here, for j is 0, j less than count, j plus plus, this will help us to print all the possible pairs of bay and cell. So now let's run this code. Okay, so okay, here we have, let's say our example, we have the same input array that we have seen in the example. So we have declared an array, and we have written our method here, and we pass that array. So as we have seen in the example, the bay index was 0, that is we have to bay at 10, and we have to sell at 2. So we have to sell at index 2, that is 21 here. Then again we have to bay at 3, that is at 4 here, and we have to sell at 5. So we have to sell at this point. So in this way we found our maximum profit. So that's it for this problem. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more coding interview problems. See you in the next video.